We are about to meet up with celebrity jacket designer Jeff Hamilton. He has designed some of the most iconic jackets for the most popular athletes and celebrities in the world, such as Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, LeBron James, and even Michael Jordan. He came to the United States with his wife and 2 kids with only a couple $1,000s to his name, but scaled the business to over 75 million. Let's go hear his story. You came to the country not speaking any English. What's your secret behind networking?
I was the first licensee of Guess Jeans, and within 24 months we were shipping $5 million a month.
You were one of like 4 people in the room with Kobe when he won the championship wearing your jacket. Is that right?
That's correct, yes. For me, the way I look at money is like is another form of energy. I work hard for it, and it doesn't come easy.
Well, thanks to Albert for setting this up. Albert Abkarian, I know he's a good friend of yours.
Any friend of Albert Abkarian is my friend. So he's my personal advisor and one of my closest friends. And I'm just, I told him I was very busy, but when he told me it was for you and you were one of his personal friends, I said, of course, anything for Albert.
I appreciate it. What I really want to hear today, Jeff, is your story. But before we dive into that, can we take a look at some of your jackets, kind of what you do here?
I mean, the last 40 years I've been designing jackets, and you don't wear a Jeff Hamilton jacket because you're cold, and like you don't wear a Rolex because you don't know what time it is. I'd like to come to the clothing business from the angle of art versus just getting a jacket because just to look good or for fashion. So I mean, I don't mind if you have one of my jackets and you hang it on the wall. For me, as an artist, I feel like my best way to express myself with my ideas and my vision of the culture is through jackets. So probably this is one of the most famous jackets that people know me for, which is basically this picture.
And Jeff, just so we know, and I want to get this straight for myself, you were one of like 4 people in the room with Kobe when he won the championship wearing your jacket. Is that right?
That's correct, yes. The story was that Kobe won in Philly. That was in Philly in 2001. He grew up in Philly. The whole game he was getting booed and booed and booed. And for him to be growing up as a Sixer fan and the Sixers booing him, emotionally it was a little bit difficult for him to do it. Right. So we walked in and we caught him right in the showers, like basically sitting on the showers and holding the trophy, and like that pose has become synonymous to victory. I just did the championship jacket for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They just won the Celtics. Pretty sure they're going to do that picture. Even LeBron told me. I mean, which I didn't get the picture from LeBron when he got the 2020 championship. He said he was going to go to his cellar and he's going to take that picture with his actual 2020 jacket. Which is this one.
So that's LeBron's jacket too. Wow.
So one of the things that you should know also, that every single jacket I make is all it's all about storytelling. So basically tell the story or whatever it is. Every single jacket is personally signed by me, so that there's no real imitation. There's people try to imitate us, but they cannot duplicate us.
So Jeff, you're really an artist. How did you come up with the design process for these jackets?
It's not as sexy as people like to think about it. I don't wake up in the middle of the night with like a flash of image. I've been in the space as an artist and a designer for over 44 years. So for me, it's kind of I come from a mathematic and logical background. So for me, it's just basically try to dissect every concept that I have and make it and put all the elements. So for me, very important when I did the 2000 championship, which is kind of like this jacket here.
Oh yeah.
So I really wanted to keep, that was the first championship with Kobe and Shaq had it. So I really kind of wanted to keep the elements of very important to put the year, putting the colors, but also I just didn't want to be stuck in purple and gold, like everybody always purple and gold. So I said, let me just keep the base of the colors, but let's make a story about it. Yeah. So that was the first year. Then the second year in 2001, when they went to the back-to-back, we had to put the word back-to-back, like here.
Oh yeah.
You see?
Back-to-back, yeah.
The back-to-back, we put it, but then again, I kind of reverse. It's kind of the same concept, reverse the colors. I put the name of championship that they had won at that point. I added to it. So it's just basically creating the elements, make sure the skyline of LA is in it, but you feel like that it's a special concept that you have on the jacket. So that's one. And I'm giving you the progression. And year 3, for instance, then it was like, it's like really the pinnacle of them winning 3-peat, you know, so there's a 3-peat. So, but again, I wanted to know that we are Los Angeles. You know, at the end of the day, whether you are a writer, a singer, a designer, an artist, we are storytellers.
Right.
So whether I tell you your story through a jacket or through writing you a poem or writing a book or creating a podcast, I'm going to be a storyteller. I want people to relate to the passion that I put in behind every single project that I do. I remember in my bedroom, I had a poster of Jerry West, Lou Alcindor, and Will Chamberlain. Those were my 3 guys I knew, but I didn't know about the Lakers. When I moved, first time I came to America in 1974, I was trying to find some Lakers merchandise. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I really went crazy with the UCLA stuff. I bought a lot of UCLA stuff. The second day on my trip, I spent $120 buying UCLA merchandise, of which $80 was a jacket, which I believe, hindsight, that might be why I got so intrigued by the jackets, because I really felt like once I put that jacket, I felt like I bought myself a second skin. Little I knew that 40 years later, I will be not only working with and designing that 50 greatest and 75 greatest players jacket, but also becoming friends, especially with Jerry West. He just had been named one of the 75 greatest players of all time. So I made his 75 greatest players jacket, and basically I made a second one, and he gave me the original one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And basically he signed it to me. So this is like my own personal one, and this is...
Oh, he signed this?
Yeah, I signed here front and back. And this is just dear for me. This is what I care about. I mean, those are the things that motivate me to wake up in the morning, because this is a passion. This is not...
That's incredible.
I don't put a financial value to it. I put an emotional value to it, because this is what makes me happy. And then for me, this is kind of a good validation of my passion is recognized, and I'm able to communicate with them through my work.
Talk to me a little bit about, like, what's the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift story? Because I saw that picture just blow up on Instagram. I know Taylor Swift was posting about it, you were posting about it.
So I basically reached out to him again, and I said, congratulations, Travis, on your great success, and just send me an address, I'd like to send you something. And so I sent him like one of the regular Chiefs jackets. But so right away, like within 2 seconds, he responded to me, great to meet you, man, I love what you do. I'm glad that we're finally able to connect. He sent me his address. I sent him a jacket, and in a bag, I put in a jacket for Taylor. So Christmas Day, he comes out and he comes in with his, hat, a Santa Claus hat, and he comes out with a jacket, and it's just like everybody just goes crazy with that jacket. And a week later, she wore that jacket Christmas Day. One thing for sure is I will never retire. There's so much in me as far as that I want to share, as far as on the creative side, whether it's my art or my ideas or my writing or my designing, that the biggest regret I would have would be that I'm on my deathbed and I said, I wish I did this, I did that. So for me, I'm all about maximizing my potential at every moment and be as relevant as I can be at all moments.
I know you have had a lot of interactions with Michael Jordan. He's probably my favorite basketball player of all time. I think he's the greatest player.
So he is for me. But he's the greatest for one simple reason, not only because of the basketball court, for his influence on what the culture became. I don't think I don't think hip hop would be what hip hop is if Michael Jordan didn't exist. I don't believe that streetwear would exist without Michael Jordan. Obviously, like the whole seed level is Nike and the Jordan ones that came out that revolutionized the whole way of people dressing and everything.
The whole sneaker revolution.
His aura, his personality, his behavior, and of course his his desire to win and his hunger to win and to perform and to be the greatest that he could be. Like I said, I think through his career, he definitely maximized his potential.
And you designed this jacket here for one of his championships?
Yeah, I've done all his championships, but for me, up to today, this is probably my favorite jacket.
Wow.
That was in 1998, like repeat.
Yeah.
And like I said, I remember very clearly in 1998 when they played in Utah, and one kind of little interesting fact is I've gone to every single finals he's ever played.
Every NBA finals ever played?
That he ever played.
Oh, that Jordan ever played, wow.
That ever played. I was with him in '92 in the Olympics. I was with him in Paris for some of the international games. So I've known Michael Jordan since 1986. So it's going on 38 years.
My gosh,
so,
wow.
And I was with him 3-4 weeks ago at his golf course in Florida, and he sat down at a table. I was having lunch with his son and some friends, and he sat down next to me, and I still felt like I was a 2-year-old kid walking into Disneyland for the first time and see Mickey Mouse. I mean, I was like shaking, and he has that aura and that presence that he's just so amazing.
So you were actually even closer to now. You were at the LeBron James 40,000 point game, right?
Right. Yes. And when he broke the record, of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I was with him. So I did a commemorative jacket for him and his family.
Wow.
That showed the 40,000. But I really wanted to kind of.
Oh yeah, 40,000 points right here. Yeah.
I really wanted to capture the attitude of what he was.
Yeah. This is like a very iconic, I feel like, pose that LeBron James
also
makes.
Like probably like an Andrew Bernstein picture.
Yeah.
You see kind of the King James with this, So basically, try to put all the elements of all the championship that he's won.
Oh yeah, all the
and
different
those are kind of
championships.
replicas of all these rings, and all the team that he's played in as well. So on things like that, like really to reinforce the fact that I'm not here to just to basically cash in. For me, it's like my passion is so much more powerful, and my desire to create much more powerful than the money part of it is. I only made 2 of them, one for him and one for me. So
this is one of 2.
One of 2. So
wow.
That's his own personal, and I was going to go to the Olympics, but I'm not. So I was going to take it with me, but I'll see him when he comes back, and the second one he just signs, and I keep it for me for my own personal collection. So those are the things that I do, and interesting enough is in the last year, a lot of my jackets, people recognize that level of jackets, other than the commercial ones. Of course, we have the commercial ones like the Taylor Swift jackets and things like this. You see, this is a Taylor Swift jacket.
This is the Taylor Swift jacket? Yeah, wow.
And this is kind of like affordable to a regular fan. So this is like an $850 piece. I mean, those are, some of them are priceless, like this.
Yeah, I mean, this one's like,
this jacket we did for Supreme, for instance, we did only 43 jackets. Those were $10,000. They sold out in 21 seconds. So one resold on the aftermarket. I was told one sold on the aftermarket for last year for $146,000. So people are really looking at it as collector, and they're basically treating my jacket as pieces of art. So in fact, I mean, there was a jacket that Suge Knight gave to Snoop that just got appraised at $250,000.
That which is your jacket?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't need to get part of the $200,000. It's okay. Just the pride and the knowing that people understand the value of the love and passion, and they kind of almost attribute a price to it. Attributing a price is kind of also a validation of what people think of your craft.
So Jeff, you met Muhammad Ali, right? Like, you were actually relatively close to him?
I was actually very close to him. Actually, I met him at his 50th birthday in Los Angeles, and since then I stayed friends till unfortunately he passed away. I'm still best friend with his manager. He's one of my closest friends, Gene Kilroy, and actually he's the one who gave me this beautiful 1976 championship ring from the Oakland Raiders. So
Wow.
And he gave me a couple of. I probably have 5 championship rings from Muhammad Ali also.
Oh
that
my
I don't
gosh.
wear, you know, but so Muhammad Ali was obviously is like one of those persons that you meet and you know your heart just goes out of your chest because he's just so amazingly iconic and it's just not an accident. Those are basically angels of God because they have such a way to communicate and it's so their aura is so powerful that you honestly feel like you're flying when you're around them. And this is a jacket I donated for one of his charities for Parkinson's in Phoenix, and I made a second one for me, which actually, as you can see, he signed it to me as well. You see, and that was in 2001.
Wow.
And he signed it. It was like you see, March 17, 2001.
That's amazing. How much would something like this go for, Jeff? Oh, it's like priceless.
And sign, you know, probably, I would say probably like $10,000, $15,000, something like that.
Wow. So Jeff, talk to me about your story in business and how you got started. I know that you came to this country, the United States, with only $6,000. Is that right?
I moved in with $6,000 with a wife and 2 kids. I got married when I was 19, and I moved in Los Angeles in 1980. In 1983, in fact, I was the first licensee of Guess Jeans. I kind of became a designer by necessity, not by choice, which I'm glad I was able to uncover where my passion is.
What did you scale Guess Jeans to? Because I know you came, you didn't even speak English. Like I think it's like 75 million, right?
We touched a sensitive nerve at the time in the culture with my designs, and within 24 months we were shipping $5 million a month in business.
What I want to know, Jeff, is like, how did you become such a master at networking? Like you came to the country not speaking any English, and you know now you're shaking hands with Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West. What's your secret behind networking?
There is no secret. I mean, you know, like when people come, young designers come to me and say, "How come you meet, you know, everybody?" Forget about just the famous celebrities. I know also like the big CEOs of the companies and the politicians, and it's just like, it's still a big question mark to me, but the only constant that I see in myself is 2 things. I've always worked hard, but also I've been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah, right.
And I've been very consistent as far as my personality is concerned. I've been always very respectful of the big people, the small people, whether it's a busboy, whether it's the guy at the red light that does the squeegee and clean up your windshield. You know, for me, it's about try to be the best you can be at all times. We are so motivated when we are young and we move to America that we are so motivated because you see all that opulence and all those, you know, we live such a material world that everything is so important, just the dollar rules you. But when you realize that really, if you're passionate about what you do and you love what you do and you wake up in the morning with that desire to want to be doing the things that you do, it's like, this is really the reward. And for me, the way I look at money is like is another form of energy, you know, but you cannot get stuck on that, because I've been up and I've been down. I've had money one day, I've lost money one day. So it's just, you know, so for me it's just only like an energy, and I obviously respect money because I work hard for it, and it doesn't come easy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got value out of this video. We'll see you in the next one.